This is the story of Allen Iverson, the answer to the struggle. At 18 years old, Allen was wrongly sent to prison for 4 to 10 years for a crime he didn't commit. He grew up on the streets of the ghetto, saw his friends fall into the trap of drugs and violence. His mother raised him to be strong and stay out of trouble, but fate had other plans for him. His call to adventure came when he was falsely accused of robbery. His only option was to accept the plea deal and go to jail, or fight the charge and risk a longer sentence. Despite his innocence, he chose to plead guilty and serve his time. In prison, he found a mentor in an unlikely place. A former college basketball player took interest in Allen and helped him maintain his love for the sport. They played one-on-one every day. And even though the gym was cold and the showers were freezing, this was where Allen felt alive. When Allen was finally released after serving 4 years of his sentence, he was just 22 years old. He was raw, angry, and ready to take on the world. He went to Georgetown University, but soon got into fights with his coach and teammates because they wouldn't let him grow his hair like he wanted to. He told them he preferred to wear a headband because he had too much going on up here, meaning his brain, not his hair. But eventually he cut it all off and proved them wrong by becoming the Big East Player of the Year and leading the Hoyas to their first ever Final Four appearance. Now everyone wanted a piece of him, especially the NBA scouts. They could unbelieve that he could make it in the league with that high top fade and tattoos. But he used this as fuel to prove them wrong. The Philadelphia 76ers selected him as the No. 1 overall pick, and Allen became the highest paid rookie in NBA history. In his rookie year, he averaged over 23 points per game and was named Rookie of the Year. Throughout his career, he made 11 All-Star appearances, won the NBA's scoring title 3 times, and was named the league MVP in 2001. But more importantly, he changed the way people viewed athletes. Allen fought against the stereotypes that plagued him from the moment he stepped onto the court. He was criticized for his tattoos, his baggy clothes, his cornrows, and his lack of traditional post-game interviews. But instead of apologizing for being himself, he owned it. At the height of his career, Sports Illustrated ran a cover story titled, "Is Basketball Headed in the Wrong Direction?" The article focused on Allen's lifestyle and hinted that he was a bad influence on young people. This only fueled Allen's determination to succeed. In response to the article, he said if they want to write those stories, if they want to talk about my tattoos and my cornrows and my earrings, then let them keep talking. We'll continue to do what we're doing on the court. Allen was sick of hearing about the thug and the gangster rapper, told interviewers he was neither. He was a regular dude who loved basketball and wanted to make a difference. He mentored young players and gave back to the community. He opened gyms and offered free meals to kids in the neighborhood. When he retired from the NBA, he was the 14th leading scorer in history. But his impact went far beyond the numbers. When he stepped onto the court, he wasn't just playing basketball. He was fighting for his life. In the process, he became a hero to a generation of underdogs. Allen Iverson, the answer to the struggle. We now live in a world where it's easier than ever to get lost in the endless scroll feed. There are so many social media platforms, and it can be hard to find your tribe. With so much content being produced daily, it's tough to stand out and reach your audience. That's why I'm excited to share something very personal with you. It's a social media platform where creators like us come together to build a real community. It's a place where you can connect with others who share your interests and passions, where you can be part of a thriving creative economy. As a creator, Rumble offers a unique opportunity to grow an audience and earn money from your content. Whether you're a writer, artist, musician, podcaster, gamer, or educator, Rumble provides the tools and resources you need to thrive. Plus, there's no censorship. You have full creative control, and you keep 100% of the revenue you generate. But Rumble is more than just a platform. It's a movement. A growing community of independent creators who are taking control of their work and building a better internet together. So if you're ready to join the movement, visit the website below to sign up today. And now let's get back to the video. Growing up in the rough streets of Hampton, Virginia, Allen had 2 strikes against him, his race and his place of birth. But these were nothing compared to the 3rd strike that would change his life forever. At 16, he committed a stupid mistake that would cost him dearly. While hanging out with some friends, he got into a fight and pulled out his father's gun. Although he never pointed it at anyone or fired it, the police charged him with brandishing and possession of a firearm. Allen's parents had taught him to be responsible, but he knew he messed up. He needed help, so he called his mother and told her to bail him out. But when she arrived at the police station, they told her they didn't have a record of his arrest. Relieved, Alan returned home and went to bed. But at 3 a.m., police officers raided his house. They woke him up, threw him on the ground, and handcuffed him. His mother screamed for help, but no one came. Alan was taken to jail, where he spent the night in a cell with murderers and rapists. In the morning, his mom showed up again, but this time she couldn't bail him out. Alan sat alone in a holding cell for 3 days until his trial. No one came to see him. No one believed his story. He felt abandoned and hopeless. On the third day, Alan was brought before a judge. He was 17 years old and facing 10 years in prison. Without hesitation, the judge sentenced him to 4 years. As the gavel banged, Alan's world crumbled. His mother collapsed in tears. She couldn't believe her son was going to prison for a crime he didn't commit. Alan was transferred to a youth detention center, where he learned a harsh reality. Being skinny and small in prison doesn't keep you safe. Bigger and stronger you are, the more respect you get. But Alan was determined to survive and make something of himself. He began working out every day and eating 5 meals a day to put on weight. But he also sought out mentors who could guide him through the challenges ahead. One day, he met a former college basketball player who was serving time for drug charges. They started playing one-on-one, and Alan impressed the older man with his skills. Seeing a lot of himself in Alan, the veteran took him under his wing and taught him how to navigate prison. He also bought Alan extra food to help him gain weight. With the help of his new mentor, Alan thrived in prison. He worked out religiously and played basketball every day. The gym became his sanctuary, a place where he could escape the harsh reality of prison life. One day, news of Alan's exceptional basketball skills reached the ears of a scout from the NBA. Intrigued, the scout decided to attend one of Alan's pickup games. What he witnessed left him stunned. Alan's talent was undeniable. After the game, the scout approached Alan and introduced himself, explained that he was from the NBA and wanted to offer him a chance. The scout told Alan that he had the potential to make it in the league and that he was willing to help him get there. Over the next few weeks, the scout worked tirelessly to arrange tryouts for Alan. He contacted several teams and finally secured a spot for Alan with the Philadelphia 76ers. On the day of the tryouts, Alan stepped onto the court and gave it his all. He played with the passion and intensity that had scouts and coaches taking notice. His performance that day earned him a contract and a roster spot. As the news of Alan's release and signing spread, a mix of emotions filled Hampton Roads. Many were overjoyed, celebrating his freedom and new opportunity. Others expressed skepticism, questioning whether he could truly succeed after his incarceration. However, amidst the mixed reactions, one sentiment stood out: pride. Pride in their hometown hero who had faced adversity head-on and emerged stronger than ever. Allen Iverson, the answer to the struggle. For more stories of triumph, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.